there, Tall Man Clan. Welcome to the show. Boy, has it been a minute since we have been live with all of our RV fans. Welcome to the show. We are so happy you are here. Since we're live, you know what that means, right? It is time for the Florida RV Supershow.
Yes, it is.
I could not be more excited. It is one of the favorite times of year for both of us. It's the anniversary of us starting our channel, and to see all the RVs in one place again, it's just such an absolute fun thing.
Love it.
And so we are going to be going over tonight, for those who have never been to an RV show, the top 8 things that you need to know before you go, whether it's this RV show or another one, but specifically this one, because it is huge. So, are y'all ready? Do you have your popcorn ready to go? Right? All right, so if that's the case, let's get the show started. Hey there, everyone. I am your host. My name is Robert, aka the Tall Man. This is my lovely wife, Lisa, aka Mrs. Tall Man. Not that anyone ever calls her that. We are going to be on our way to the the Florida RV Super Show here in just a couple of days. And for those who have never watched or been part of our channel before, we want to let you know. Last year, we streamed for more than 25 hours during this event, covering more than 140 RVs. Now, a lot of these RVs are RVs you guys wanted to see. So, yes, we're about to go over the 8 things that you need to know before you go, but we just wanted to make sure that if you're watching this and there is a model of a brand that you want to see while we're there and you can't make it to the show, please leave a comment. If you're watching us live, leave it in the chat. We will take notes. But we do answer all of the chat comments as well as on the replay. So if you want us to cover in video and stream, because we're going to stream it live to you, a specific model of a specific brand, make sure you leave it in the comments below. Oh, thank you very much. Everybody gets an applause.
Yay!
Yeah, because we're here to cover it for you guys, right? So we want to know what you want to know, or we want to see what you want to see.
Absolutely.
Okay? So let's get into the top 8 things, and then we can get to answering some more questions. So, number 1, what are the hours? Okay, so here's some information about the show. It is Wednesday through Saturday, next Wednesday, okay, January 17th. The hours, as you can see, are from 9 to 6, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, okay? 9 to 6. On the last day, it is 9 to 5. Now, if you've never been before, Saturday is a crazy, crazy, crazy day. If you can come on any other day, please do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with coming on Saturday. It is just crazy on Saturday, right? A lot of people working.
Yeah, just be prepared that if you do come on Saturday, you're going to be waiting a lot longer to see what it is that you want to see, because there are so many people trying to see all the RVs.
Yeah, it is a crazy, crazy day. There's the address in case you didn't know. Tickets, right? Admission, it's $15 for adults, and it's a 2-day pass. So you can come 2 days for the $15 a piece. And children under 16 are free. If you're parking, which obviously you're going to park, that is $10 per car or $16 for an RV. Yes, it's an RV show. You actually can bring your RV. Excuse me. Now, you can't hook it up, but you can bring it and park it in the parking lot.
Yes, absolutely. So make sure your tank is filled with water and you got your generator all filled up with fuel.
Right. All right. So there's number 1. Right? What are the hours, location, times, costs to get in, and a little bit of information about parking. There will be scooter rentals for those who need scooter rentals. There's scooter rentals there. Animals. If your dog is, I think their words were moderately behaved. It's literally the word they used. But they have to stay on a leash, and you have to pick up after them. Okay, so there you have it. All right, let's get to number 2.
All righty. Wear comfortable shoes.
All right, this is the second largest RV show in the country, only second to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and the grounds are huge. Everything is spread out, and so if you plan on walking it all, first, just you're going to need some comfortable shoes. Okay, ladies, high heels are probably not going to be the most comfortable thing for you to wear.
Probably not.
Definitely not. So you want to make sure that you bring some comfortable shoes. Okay? All right, so that's number 2. Number 3, know the weather and be prepared. This is Florida. One day it can be 50, the next day it could be 80. And we have experienced this every year at the show.
Every year.
One day we're wearing long sleeves and a jacket. The next day we're in short sleeves and sweating.
Yes.
Okay. And it's rained on us a couple times.
Yes.
So make sure you are prepared for the weather on the day that you're coming. Please, please, please look at the local weather channel. If you're coming in from out of town, they have all kinds of apps you can put on your phone. The Weather Channel's got apps, and there's My Radar. There's all kinds of things. You really, really, really want to know what the weather is. Just don't assume it's going to be good weather.
Because chances are it won't be.
Or warm weather.
Right.
People come to Florida and they expect it's going to be warm. That's not always the case. Now, of course, if you're coming down here from Minnesota, it's warm. You guys, I think right now are in negative degrees way up in the far north, and we hope you all are staying warm and staying safe. We know it's been a rough few days for weather here this particular week. So if you are coming from the north, coming down here, this will be a big relief. But for those who aren't used to negative temperatures, 50 degrees, 55 degrees in Florida is a little blustery for people down here. So just be prepared. Okay? All right. Next.
Number 4, bring a backpack.
All right, so you're going to need some things in this backpack. Some of it is on some of our list, but you really want to pack a backpack, okay? You're just going to want to carry some extra things with you from, where we talk about being prepared. You may want to have an umbrella or a couple of rain ponchos. It's just best to bring a backpack, to try to carry a bag around with you. It's just going to be more wear and tear than you need.
And you're going to pick up maps and brochures and all kinds of things like that. And you just you want your hands to be free. You don't want to be carrying those things around. And a backpack distributes that weight a little bit better. Much easier, much easier. Plus, probably want to bring a bottle of water.
Well, that is actually the next thing. Bring some snacks and a drink. All right. Now, there are vendors there that have food and beverage and things like that. Okay. Last year it was better than previous years. I think that might be the best way to say that. But the lines can be long. And if you just simply want a drink of water, you don't want to have to stand in line for 30 minutes to get a bottle of water.
Exactly.
Okay? Especially, again, Saturday. Saturday's a crazy, crazy day. So in that backpack, bring a couple bottles of water and some snacks. Again, for lunch, I mean, there are places to eat.
Yeah.
And there are places to get drinks. I'm not saying it's not there. It's just not a quick process. So if you've only left this amount of time, definitely bring some snacks and some drinks.
Yes.
Bonus. We didn't put it on the list, but you might want to bring a hat, especially if you're follically challenged like I am, and some sunscreen. All right? We're praying for great weather. If the sun is out, it's a long day out there in the sun. There's not a lot of shade. There's a little bit, but not a lot of shade. Obviously, there's some buildings to go in that are air conditioning. You get some relief from the heat if it does get warm. But definitely, you're going to want to bring a hat of some kind and some sunscreen for the ladies as well if you want to wear a hat, right? So, but that's sort of a bonus. Well, I don't want to call it number 9, but it's a bonus because you're going to put the sunscreen in your backpack.
Exactly.
There's a lot of things we could talk about that you want to put in your backpack, right? For us, we're videoing, we get extra batteries, and we bring two backpacks with us. So definitely, though, snacks and drinks.
Yes, without a doubt.
All right, on to the next one.
All right. So next we have number 6, research.
All right, so research. So what I mean by research is a lot of people come there looking for something very specific. There's a lot of people who don't come there looking for anything. They just want to walk around. That's fine. But if you have something in mind and you've never been before and you walk in, I promise you the first thing that you're going to go is, holy cow! I mean, there's, I don't know how many, 1,500 RVs, 2,000. It's a lot. And they are all spread out. So research what you absolutely want to see. If you're not coming, let us know and we'll show it to you, at least streaming, okay? But research what you absolutely want to see and make sure you go see those first, okay? We're going to get to something that's going to help you in a minute, and maybe this should have been in a different order, and we apologize. But definitely research what it is that you want to see. Go see those first. And then once that's done, then you can have fun and look at all the other stuff. Because if there's something specific and you go, squirrel!
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on.
Yes.
You may never get there, especially if it's all the way in the back. Okay? So make sure that you do your research up front. Okay? Next, number 7, schedule more time than you expect. So this gets back to exactly how large this place is. If you want to see it all, it's a couple days, and I promise you, you won't see it all. I mean, you may walk around all of it, but you won't have a chance to get in all the RVs. So if you're there literally shopping, you may want to plan a couple days, right? Because you're going to want to catch maybe a couple different competitor type models than you were looking at, because they'll have them there. Almost all models are represented, not all. They can't get them all there because some of these dealers have 27 different models and they can't bring them all. But most of the most popular ones will be there. New prototypes will be there. It's an amazing time. But it's going to take you longer to get through it than you think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've done this for years now, and I'm not sure that we've ever actually gone through the entire show and seen everything ourselves. No. Yeah, and we go planning.
We do. Like I said, we streamed for 25 hours, and we managed to capture, in those 25 hours of streaming, 140 plus RVs, 150, 160, I forget the count. It's not 200, it's 140 to 200, some there. And again, there's well over 1,000 there. Yes. So we just scratched the surface. And we're going in with a camera. We spend 10, 12, 15, sometimes 20 minutes if it's a big one, in some of these RVs. And so imagine trying to do that over and over and over and over and over and over again. You know, if you kind of limit your time to 10 minutes per RV and you're just going and going, you can only get 6 an hour, right? Yeah. So plan more time than you think you need.
Yes.
All right. Last but not least, number 8. And that should have probably been
one of the first things.
A little bit. Right when you walk in the main door into the main building where all the big Prevos and all the custom coaches are, there's going to be a big table. They have it there every year, and there are stacks of magazines in there. Now, inside that magazine is a map. In the map, it literally has a location of where every manufacturer is. And if I remember correctly, there was also a written, like for model numbers and stuff, if you're looking for, the Montana whatever, it lets you know where the Montanas are versus the Transcends versus the whatevers.
Yeah, I don't think it was there for all of them, but certainly there are some manufacturers that have different locations. And definitely on those locations, it tells you these models are in this area and these models are in the other area, for sure. So yeah, you want to pay attention to that. Correct.
It's a very strange thing because there's some manufacturer areas, but there's also dealer areas. Yes. Like RV1 and La Mesa. I mean, they have areas, and some of these models are within the dealer areas. Yes. But it says it all on the map.
Yes.
So when you've done your research and you know what you want to see, when you first walk in the door and get the map, you then know how to go. So you can plan out your attack, if you will. Now, if you want to take it a step further, and I forgot to bring it up here for you, and I do apologize, but go onto the internet, look up Florida RV Supershow. If you go to their site, you can actually download a map now and at least get an idea before you get there. But I promise you, the one that you get in that magazine, it's a lot better than the one that I saw that you can download.
Yes.
So either way, okay? And so there you go, guys. There are your 8 tips plus a couple little extra bonuses of things that you need to do when going to an RV show. More specifically, the Florida RV Supershow, because this sucker is absolutely huge.
Yes, it is. And if you do find something, just another little tip, if you do find something that you're liking and you want to just kind of compare it to something else, make sure you take notes or a picture or something so you know how to find that again, because there are just so many in there. It's easy to misplace it.
It's overwhelming.
It is.
It really is. I mean, you'll walk into I just, again, we'll just pick Grand Design because it's at the top of my head and we're sitting in one. They may have 30 models there. I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot. And you'll go through the Transcend, and you'll go through the Solitude, you go through all of this stuff. And respectfully, a lot of the dealers have very similar floor models or designs to others. There's difference in interiors and difference in construction build, and some use Asdel siding, some don't. I'm not saying they're all the same, but the layouts the floor plans can become very similar.
Yes.
And so if you don't take a picture or a little note, if you've got your phone with you, do a little video note. Hey, we just looked at the such and such and we like this about it.
Yes.
Something to help remind you, especially if you are there to shop.
Yes.
Okay. Now, speaking of which, if you are shopping, I promise you are going to get your best deal at this show as opposed to just going to a dealer willy-nilly. So if you are in the market, by all means, this is a show to attend.
Yes.
If you can't, leave a comment below in the chat if you're with us right now, or in the replay in the comments, and let us know what you really want to see. And we will show it to you. Then, if you're really interested, you can make contact with them directly and at least get the show price.
Yeah.
Right? For those who are coming, they even sell the models that are on the fairgrounds. You will take it home with you when the event is over. Those ones, I believe they sell at even a deeper discount because people have been walking through them for 5 days. I mean, they're not used, but there's some traffic that goes through there.
Yeah, so they're going to need a little bit of cleaning.
So
floors swept, maybe. Yeah.
Now, before we get too much further, first of all, hello, Gypsy.
Hi, Gypsy.
We have missed you. How you doing, girl?
Yes.
Welcome. We've missed all of our RV fans.
Yes,
it's good to see you, Gypsy.
Yes.
So Gypsy's great advice. If you're going to rent a scooter, get there early.
Yes.
They'll all be gone.
Yes.
There's only so many. I don't know what the attendance was last year, but I'm pretty sure the year before it was over 100,000.
It was. There's a lot.
And I think it was maybe like 80,000 last year. I mean, it's a lot of people in 5 days.
Yeah.
Okay. It's hard to give you the traffic patterns. The first year we were there, not the first year, the second year we were there, like the real big year after COVID. Wednesday, the first day of the show, was like a Saturday. I couldn't believe it. Was like, where'd all these people come from?
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, it's going to be a little bit slower and this and that. Yeah, whoa! It was absolutely crazy on Wednesday. Last year, not so crazy. It was busy, but it wasn't like you could see what you wanted to see. Okay. On Saturday, like Lisa said earlier, there's going to be lines.
Yeah.
You may have to stand in line to wait to get into the RV. All right. So we do that. Now, the show for us actually starts on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Tuesday's media day. I'm not exactly sure what they call it, but we call it Media Day. It is closed to the public, but for those who've pre-registered, whether it's traditional media, social media like us, we are allowed in. It is very quiet, And so we get to get really good looks at things.
We do.
So for those who are seeing this video now, if you have something that you want us to look at, Media Day is a good day. I will tell you, we are going to be with Keystone first thing and looking at, I don't even have the list in front of me. I forgot to print it up. Alpines, Montanas. I don't know. We have like 8 or 10 that we're going to be looking at during our morning stream at the show. And so we'll go over that again because I know people have been coming and going. We are going to be streaming usually twice a day. We come on in the morning, usually around 9:30, 10 o'clock, somewhere in that area. And then we will stream as long as our phone allows us to. Now,
when the battery dies, we have to call it quits for a while.
It's charging. I suppose I can unplug it.
Yeah, we have to stop and recharge.
I bought this big battery to help. And if we can figure out how to connect this thing and continue to walk around, we will absolutely do it. But we will stream as long as the phone allows us to, and as long as our brains and lips are allowing us to. Okay?
That's true, because sometimes we do get tongue-tied.
Yes. Then we usually take a break.
Yes.
Have a little drink, have some food, and then we will come back in the afternoon, sometime usually between 2 and 3, and we stream for another stretch. It is usually 2 to 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And we will do that all 6 days. Okay? So make sure you get your requests in if there's something that you want to see.
Absolutely.
All right? So real quiet crowd tonight. Only Gypsy in there with some comments. So we're not going to keep you here longer than we need to be. Make sure you be prepared. Hopefully these 7 or 8 tips plus a couple little bonuses will help you be prepared when you get there so that you can enjoy the show instead of going, squirrel, the entire time. All right, till we see you all again, hopefully at the show, by the way. And if you do see us, we'll be wearing our new shirts.
Yes.
Stop us and say hello.
Yes, absolutely.
We may have a gift for you. All right? So please, and we've actually got big logos on our backs too. So,
yes.
So if of course we're going to be wearing backpacks.
Yeah, you won't see it with
Yeah.
the backpack.
So you'll recognize her before you recognize me. Anyway, so if you're coming and you see us, please make sure you stop us. It's not a bother. If we're in the middle of streaming, though, just say, hey, Tolman, and because we're in the middle of streaming. But we're not always streaming. So please stop and sit down and have a couple moments with us, okay? And until we see you again on Tuesday, just a couple days from now, be safe.